Hey guys, welcome back to the Birds Party channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable lip-shaped accent pillow that is perfect for decorating for Valentine's Day. And the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to take our template, and this lip template that I designed for this project will be available for you to download for free. So I'll leave the link down in the description box below. And all I did here was to use some cardboard, and I put my template on that I printed, and then I just made the template a little bit larger, just freehanding, just making it about 2 or 3 inches, a little bit bigger than my template. And once you have that cut, you're going to trace the large template onto some fabric. Obviously I'm using red fabric here for Valentine's Day because I like the color red, but feel free to swap out the colors and the fabrics that you have as well. You could use velvet, you could use shimmery fabric, or whatever fabric that tickles your fancy. And basically all you're going to do, you're going to trace around the template around your fabric so you can cut that out. And I've cut my template here in 2 parts, and you see why later on. But for now we just trace out the whole lips, and we leave a border of about 1 inch or 2 centimeters around the template, so we can cut that out and use that as the seam allowance. And once we have this piece cut out, it will become the template for you to cut out the backing of the pillow or the cushion. So basically just use this piece that you've cut out, place it on top of your fabric, and trace it around with a pen, a pencil, or a Sharpie so that you have the lips matching exactly the same, so you have a seam allowance of about 2 centimeters or 1 inch for both pieces. And once you have that traced out, you're simply going to cut the lips once again, and this will be the backing of your pillow. So you should have 2 parts, one for the front and one for the back. And then to attach the front and the back of the pillow, all we're going to do is to place right side with right side, so all the pin marks stay on the inside of the pillow and you won't be able to see that once you finish sewing. And we're going to sew all the way around where we mark our template, leaving a gap on top and on the bottom part of the lip, and you see why very soon. So all I'm doing here is pinning the 2 pieces that I cut together to make it easier to pass through the sewing machine. Obviously you can do this by hand as well, you don't need to use a sewing machine to do a straight stitch all the way around, but it's much quicker and easier with the sewing machine. Now to help me remember to leave the gaps on the top and the bottom part of the lip, I'm just using a Sharpie here to mark where my gaps will be. So when I put that through the sewing machine, I don't forget to leave the opening where I'll be able to fill my pillow. Basically all that you have to do then is to do a running stitch all the way around the lip pillow where you drew the template with the running stitch. You can do this on the machine or you can do it by hand as well. Next up, all you're going to do is to take a pair of scissors and cut little grooves or little indents all the way along the seam allowance on the perimeter of the pillow, and this will make sure that the excess fabric won't come in the way when you come to turn the pillow inside out, and you get a much better shape. Obviously make sure that you do not cut all the way through to the stitching that you have just done, so just make sure that you pay attention to that, and do not cut anything along the opening as well, so that you're able to flip that inside and finish off your pillow nicely at the end. And then all you have to do is turn the pillow inside out using one of the openings that you left without stitching, and just pull the pillow inside out. Once we've done that, we're going to take our template once again, and this is why we cut it in half at the beginning, so that we can use one of the parts to trace along onto the pillow cover and make sure that we've got the lip line or the center line of the pillow marked. And this is where we'll be sewing a straight running stitch. For some reason I lost the footage of me sewing the straight running stitch along this line, but I think you guys get the idea. So once you have traced your line either by hand or using machine, once again you're going to run a straight stitch all the way along this line to close up the pillow. And then all that's left to do is to fill your pillow, and you can use some polyfill that you buy in sewing shops or craft stores, or you can use an old pillow as well that you have around the house, and just take out the insides to fill up your pillow as well. And here I'm using like just a barbecue stick, like a wooden stick, to just help me push everything into every little nook and cranny to make sure that my pillow is nice and full. And you really cannot fill it enough to get a nice shape and to make it really look like a pair of lips. All you do is really fill it up to the max, and making sure that you use the stick to help you along. And once you fill the top part, you're going to repeat the same process for the bottom part of the pillow, and this is why we did that running stitch right along the center for the lip line, so that you have two parts that we can fill in through the openings that we left as well. So once again, make sure that you shape your polyfill and your cushion to make it really take on the shape of a pair of lips, and really fill it up to the max. And once you're finished, you're going to either do a little invisible stitch by hand, or you can do what I did, because this is just an accent pillow. I used a little bit of hot glue to close up the opening on the top and on the bottom of my pillow. And that basically completes our DIY lips accent pillow. I love how this project turned out, you guys. It's one of my absolute favorites. My daughter is keeping this one, and she wants me to make her a pink one as well. Obviously you can change the fabric and the colors to suit your own decor, and I use this one to decorate for Valentine's Day, but this would make a perfect present for a loved one as well. And as always, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our videos, and hit the bell button to be notified each time I upload. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.